sell them all. Choose between 0.9% APR or as much as $8,000 off list price. Yes, you heard right. That's 0.9% APR or as much as $8,000 off list on select new GMC and Chevrolet inventory. So please make that money-saving drive to Coppell and Louisville, or check us out online at coppellcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit, must trade and finance.
Celebrate the moms or special women in your life with the perfect gift from Riddle's Jewelry. Save up to 30% on our sparkling selection of diamond, gemstone, and gold jewelry. Riddle's makes gift giving easy. Find the perfect pair of matching items totaling $500 or more, and you'll receive a free jewelry case as our gift to you. Riddle's Jewelry, for life's special moments since 1959.
Located inside Gateway Mall.
Hey, Nebraska! Register today for the 40th Annual Cornhusker State Games, taking place July 11th through the 21st in Lincoln, Omaha, and other Nebraska communities. The Cornhusker State Games features 70 sports for athletes of all ages and abilities. Price increases are approaching, so register early and save. For details, go to cornhuskerstategames.com. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel with Gatorade. Brought to you by Pepsi Cola of Lincoln, a proud partner of the Cornhusker State Games.
Spring often marks the beginning of severe weather, which can lead to power outages. LES wants you to be prepared before the storm. Restock your emergency kit, update your info with LES, and if you encounter an outage, report it at les.com/report.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals in everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Mom, mama, mommy, bestie, bro, mama rama ding dong, or dude, or whatever you call your mom. Celebrate her this weekend with the incredible artisan chocolates and confections at the chocolate season. Help her feel pampered and appreciated by wrapping up their delicately handcrafted treats, or surprise her by bringing her in this Saturday and Sunday from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. for waffle weekends, featuring the incredible strawberry and all waffles. Whatever you decide, the chocolate season will give your mom, mumsy, or mamatron a delicious reason to smile this Mother's Day.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies to go along with a light breeze. Afternoon high expected around 76. Tonight, mainly clear skies with an overnight low around 48. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies return to go along with light winds. An afternoon high around 81. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're in the full effect. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Norman. Old School brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese, Special Ingredients at Butcher Shop, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, 168th and Maple up there in the what they call the Metro. But 93.7 The Ticket, 1040 O Street, the Mecca of sports radio in the great state of Nebraska. DP's back in full effect. from his call last night with the Supernovas. What's popping, partner?
Oh, bruh. Good to see you. Good to be seen. 16-7. Supernovas head to Grand Rapids at early in the morning. That's what Gap Van said. Early in the morning. For the regular season finale. And then the matchups are all set for the semifinals Wednesday at CHI Health Center. Again, we're going to give away a bunch of tickets today. And then all the way up until Wednesday for that. The schedule is set. It's number 1 seed Atlanta versus Grand Rapids. No matter how tomorrow Sunday plays out, Grand Rapids will be the 4 seed. They will play the Atlanta Vibe at 6 o'clock. At 8:30 or so, somewhere in that vicinity, proximity. You know the deal when there's a tournament like that. Get into some extra volleyball. You might go a little later. But at 8:30, the number 2 seed Supernovas will take on the 3 seed San Diego Mojo, who are currently the story. That they started out losing 5 of their first 6 matches and then went on a run. And they moved all the way up to 3 seed. 2-2 against the Supernovas. Supernovas won both matches here, lost both matches in San Diego. But it's a different team. One of the if we said that white chocolate was exceptional and elite in the NBA and ball handling, the white chocolate of the Pro Volleyball Federation is Tutsara Namkab, who plays for San Diego, and Tomcom is the best ball handler in the world. So Slick Watts, Marcus Haynes from the Globetrotters, was a volleyball player. Y'all about to see her on Wednesday. It's gonna be fun, Jay. It's been a great run. Had some folks in the building last night. The Alec family was there last night. Lindsey Krause was there last night. Johnny the Jet Rogers was there last night. Couple of former Buffalo Bills was there last night. And then Anthony Smith from the UFC. So Jay, yeah, man, we're all set. And it's time to get caught up on this other thing, man. What Cody Rhodes say every night? What do y'all want to talk about?
Hey, look, man, there's a lot going on in sports. The NBA is off the chains right now. Ant-Man has established himself, regardless of what Strick says. He is the man in the league. The Thunder, OKC, is, for being a young team, has taken the league by storm. But I think the biggest story is Spider Mitchell, your former Utah Jazz, superhero, because it seemed at times when he was at Utah, it was 1 against 5. Got the spark in those Cleveland Cavaliers. I thought they were going to maybe eke out game 1. They took a game off and came back in game 2 and surprised the Celtics. I think the Celtics will win. But the 2 superstars, or supposed superstars, Brown and Tatum, have seemed to have been taking the playoffs off. Now, the emergence of Derek White makes it seem like that. But regardless, you talk about Jason Tatum, where he's been on the cusp. He was a favorite of Kobe Bryant, or he tried to idolize Kobe Bryant. And we saw him in the championships or the NBA finals against Golden State and felt like he handled his business. Brown didn't. But ever since then, we've been waiting for him to do it on a consistent basis, 1 through 82, and then 1 through, however many games it needs for the Celtics, and he has not done it. So if he doesn't get going, you will not be able to ride the emergence of Derek White without Porzingis to an NBA Finals, or better yet, their Eastern Conference Final. And so that's really the biggest news in the NBA. A lot of NFL stuff going on. In the other news in the NBA, I don't know who had a worse day. Whether it was the Celtics or Shaq, having to deal with
you missed the third Celtic who had a terrible day yesterday.
With Paul Pierce having to wear the Brunson jersey.
No, worse than that. They call him Big Baby.
Oh, we talked about that yesterday, DP. And really the alarming thing is I sent Austin the pre-tweet that he had, months or maybe almost a year ago. And then the reality of, him walking around and act like it's not a big deal. Like, dude, you got a family. You were federally indicted, found more than guilty. You got, I think, 40 months in prison. In his mind, he's probably guilty of stealing his own money, but there's a process through everything. It was a scheme. And I said it yesterday, DP. The funny thing about it, I said you can sometimes people pick and choose who they want to prosecute. Now, if you're a loudmouth and dummy, like Big Baby on a private jet with I think a case full of money, and he was eating Popeye's chicken and saying, nothing's wrong. Well, and I know we've watched enough TV shows and watched, court TV and all that. The feds, look like we want to deal with this guy. Let's see how clean he is. On the other hand, right, you have Brett Favre, who stole, I think, was it $700,000 from the state of Mississippi, and still probably chilling. Now, you haven't heard anything about Brett Favre? He's on his farm, driving one of his big tractors, staying off the beaten path. And so, Glenn Davis, along with a host of other guys, are facing the harsh reality of either, different levels of, prosecution. So, I mean, that's yeah. I mean, it's not a good look, and it's something. I just think the callous reaction of it too is very, very stupid. Didn't do yourself any favors. I don't know if that's the full guarantee that you're going to get, but if you ever were up for early, parole, your reaction probably will be replaying in your parole officer or in the judge's mind, whether you have, came to terms of what you did. So obviously he hasn't, and he'll have plenty of time to think about it. He says he's going to get swollen in prison. He probably needs to stay away from the prison food because you can get a little bloated.
Oh, he should have said anything, bro. Just don't say anything. Yeah, it's tough that when people are in situations of exposure, notoriety, celebrity, that celebrity thing and social media gets you fooled.
Yeah.
You need to put it on show all the time. Sometimes close the curtain, bro. Go sit down. Go sit down.
Yeah, get off the beaten path, man. I mean, but he's going to have a lot of time to think about it. I always say this, everybody walking around generally are pretty tough-minded people, tough guys. You're going in there where nobody cares about what you did or you want a, NBA championship. You're just whatever number you are. There's going to be rules and regulations in there, and there'll be people in there that will be running the inside of there that you don't want to, trifle with, as they like to say. So, I hope for him, he probably hopefully gets into one of those like white collar crime prisons, where you got cable, 3 square meals, could work out, get visitors and all that stuff. But 40 months is still 40 months, man. That's a long time. That's 3.5 years. That's a long, long time to, be out of society, especially the way the world is changing. Things is changing right now. He's losing some momentum or not losing momentum. He's lost it all. But hopefully he can bounce back from it later on.
It is a thing that in this day and time that if it's not positive, keep it to yourself. There's too much. Like, it's just like, listen, a likable player, right? A likable within locker rooms, likable, right? Good to the fans, good in that space. All of that's beautiful. But then we're never done learning lessons. Some of us learn them in public, and that's what this is. So Jay Foreman, we let the flag be posted. Folks, they will still teach you out here. Whether you think you above it or not.
You could go from likable to stupid real quick, and let's just say you got away with it, right? You know what I mean? Posting a live video, you being on a jet with Popeye's chicken and a whole bunch of money with your NBA championship ring is probably not the best way to celebrate. So either or, he probably has a lot of regrets, but ultimately, it is DP. Well, what you don't know, but we all know when the feds come knocking, it's just a matter of it's not what they know, it's how much you're going to admit to. So you get off the hook, and he probably tried to deny it.
Hey Jay, I know about it. I learned about it in Charlotte when the feds showed up. I told that story. Yeah, I had to recover a lot of money because of somebody who did what Big Baby is accused of doing. We had somebody. I've told you the Tank Black story.
Yeah,
of him embezzling money and leaving his team. Yeah, so
that might be the next Netflix that story needs to be told. And I was think that was right about my time going in the league. And he came in, and remember, out of the top 15 picks, he had 9 of them out of nowhere. And all the players end up getting bilked by him, and then obviously he bilked banks and stuff like that. And I wonder where he has to be in prison, right?
No, he got out.
He was set to return to prison at one point.
Well,
he liked it. I told you 3 square meals.
Well, it wasn't the 3 square meals. It's them 4 walls that keeps them dudes out on these streets from getting you.
Yeah.
Right? Because, look, you burned a lot of people. I mean, you're talking about Patrick Ewing, Alonzo Mourning, Muggsy Bogues,
Right.
Larry Johnson. He got a lot of athletes. And the safest place for him might have been in prison. Because on these streets, he owed people millions of dollars. And they have not been forgiving.
No, that's a good way to come up missing. But it says he's their own.
Well, I think, listen.
If he's down here, I can go for him for you.
Yeah,
I'm down in Charlotte. I can see if I can locate him.
Knock.
Knock on the door. Hey, man, I'm the collection. I'm the collection agency.
Hey Jay, Uber Eats. We gotta show up at your door. Man, I ain't order no food.
I got a 2-piece. I got a 2-piece special for you.
Right, like it's just here's an interesting thing, and this dude might be on LinkedIn, bro.
Hey,
See,
the one.
Come on.
Hey man, you just never know who he can fool twice. So it doesn't surprise me. What they say, the people that commit crimes, they generally go back to the scene or whatever. I think I was watching the show, so he's holding truth, and so it's just we're talking about in a light form. But I always tell people, me and Austin talked about it yesterday. Especially with these kids now getting NIL and all this other stuff, is like there's people out there that their job is to try to take advantage of whoever they can. And that's why you got to make sure, and Nebraska does a good job, and hopefully everybody else throughout the nation does a good job of protecting these young men and women because they're 18 to 22 years old or 23 years old or however old in college. And so they need, the guidance of people that they should be able to trust without having to second guess versus the vultures that are out there. And obviously, whether it's Big Baby Glenn Davis or Tank Black or any of the other guys, they definitely have, they're going to have targets on their back, and it's earlier in their life. And they're probably most likely not equipped to, handle that type of stuff. So, hopefully everybody's, moving in the right direction and stuff like that. And, I got some friends in East Charlotte. I can have them find Tank Black for you.
Yeah, I'm not wishing it on anybody. So it's always interesting to me to just inhale.
He can break. He can get a couple legs broke though.
I'm just
he'll
trying.
Be all right. That heal up.
Well, we have to learn how to deal with this stuff, and a big part of it, right, is that in sports, everything is amplified, elevated, and highlighted. So you have to step very carefully in this space. And it's happening in NIL, right? Because people are making fake deals and people are who are right. You have the dark corner folks who the bagmen who are making moves for people who can't make those moves in public, and their parents who aren't familiar. I was talking to Bach earlier about, well, geez, not all of us have Chuck Foreman and the Foreman uncles who have gone through this stuff that know to tell you, hey, look out for this, be careful of that.
Right.
They don't know. Most of the parents are first generation in the game, so they don't know. Big Baby didn't have any leadership, financial leadership. He didn't have anybody to tell him, hey man, chill. Like, no, bro. So sports is a great mirror to it, and we make light of it to bring up the story that, listen, there's lots going on. Sports is the vehicle, but man, I hope good people start to get taken care of, because The other folks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, they out there, man. And you know what, DP? We talked a little bit about, or me and Austin talked a little bit about it yesterday. We're gonna get into it a little bit more after the break. We're gonna talk about I had a strong statement for the athletes and the I guess the families and advisors once they become employees. And it's not all peaches and cream. So I want to get your opinion on it after this break. DP, Austin Norman, Jay Foreman, Old School. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
The Omaha Supernovas wrap up their regular season this Sunday, May 12th, versus the Grand Rapids Rise at Van Andel Arena in Grand Rapids. The Mullen Motors pregame show with Derek Pearson and Renee Saunders starts at 2 p.m. with first serve at 3. Make sure to tune in to the next Ag Appraisal and Realty postgame show right after the match ends. Catch all the action on your flagship station, 93.7 The Ticket, and statewide on the Supernovas Radio Network.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Ready to add a dash of Southern flavor to your week? At Wings and Rings, their brand new Southern fried wings have arrived for a limited time. Indulge in the irresistible goodness of large, traditional bone-in wings coated in a crispy beer batter and fried to perfection. Try them with hot honey or any other sauces. And for those busy summer days coming up, look no further than their Southern Fried Wings Family Bundle. Wings and Rings, 2 Lincoln locations on O Street or Village Lane.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies go along with a light breeze. Afternoon high expected around 76. Tonight, mainly clear skies with an overnight low around 48. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies return to go along with light winds and an afternoon high around 81. I'm meteorologist Kyle Kleckner for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Far too many kids in our community face extreme challenges due to homelessness, abuse, and neglect. Despite the troubles these kids face, we believe in them. Believe in giving them the safety and stability they deserve. Your gift on Give to Lincoln Day will help us provide services to meet kids where they're at, while also showing them how far they can go. Please make your gift to Cedars on Give to Lincoln Day.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
you're spending $300 a month. Binge drinking is the most common form of excessive drinking, which costs the United States more than $191 billion each year. By drinking less, you will save $300 a month. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Hey, Husker Nation, Matt Davison here with 1890. It's an exciting time to be a Husker fan, and to keep that momentum going, we need your help. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics, and we're doing the same through name, image, and likeness. NIL is a unique opportunity for every Husker fan to have a direct impact on the success of our programs. Through 1890, 100% of your contribution goes to the student athletes. So go to 1890nebraska.com, choose your sport, become a member, and help the Huskers recruit and retain the best. Go Big Red.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back on Old School. We appear to have lost Jay Foreman. We will attempt to reconnect with him.
Effort.
Yes.
We will effort.
I will get on that. Until then, the dulcet tones of Derek Pearson.
Couple of things today, and I want to say that in the 5 o'clock hour, Pete Ferguson will join us on Old School. Jay drops off. It'll be Pete Ferguson, who you can hear Sunday mornings here on the Ticket. Bigger Than the Score is the name of the program. The mission is so big that I couldn't define it in short time. And I was going to have him on one-on-one, but scheduling another, I said, okay, here we go. Let's just move you into the 5 o'clock hour. We'll have some fun and some conversation. He had his young people, his scholars, with him today in Lincoln Public Schools, of course, doing an exceptional thing. And I tell people, I'm not supposed to have favorite shows. All of these shows, they're my kids. I'm not supposed to have a favorite. I'm not sure that I can't say that I don't look forward to Pete's Sunday morning show a little more than the rest, watching the young scholars in Lincoln rally, get themselves together. Good stuff.
I think we got Jay back. Jay, you with us?
I see him.
Maybe.
But he's still
laggy.
He's frozen. Is he frozen or is
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
hey, there we go. We got you.
Yeah, it's breaking up.
Jay, try reconnecting. We'll carry it here for a little bit. You're super laggy and behind. If you can hear us, I'll text you too.
Yep, to figure it all out. Update from the women's from the Big Ten softball world. The number 4 seed Huskers taking on the number 8 seed Indiana Hoosiers. The Hoosiers who knocked off number 1 Northwestern yesterday. Well, we just witnessed Ava Breadwell going yard, making it 2-0 Huskers in the second inning. So, Kleiman's on the bump for in the circle, proper nomenclature for softball. In the circle for the Huskers, they lead 2-0 second inning. So, good for them. And then a big week. Listen, baseball, get it together. We got it.
Not asking the world of you.
I just got Austin his credential. Like, he wants to be there a while because it's Omaha. So, you don't have to one-off it. That
easy in, easy out.
Right, that one. Like, come on. Like, what are we doing? Will Bolt, Harvell, KP, fellas, gang, all. It's your boy DP. And I just want to whisper to you. It's just between us now. Ain't nobody else listening. We're going to need for y'all, for Lincoln, for Nebraska, for Husker Nation, we're going to need for y'all to get on a run. We're going to need for you to get on a run. And by run, I don't mean a couple of good innings playing well. Here's the deal. Is it too much to ask for you to go 1-0 6 times, 7 times?
Shoot, go 1-0 each pitch.
Like, can you go 1-0 7 times? Give me 7, 1-0s. That's all Husker names. That's all we're going to ask for. Like, that's not too much. I'm not asking for double digits. If you decide to give me double digits, hey, because momentum, objects in motion tend to stay in motion.
Mm-hmm.
So science says if y'all win 1-0 7 times, 10 they're really not that hard. But we know they're capable because they went on a streak like that earlier. Mm-hmm. And what I'm hoping for you is to find your peak again. Right? So, I'm going to count on the ladies, right? So imagine Huskers softball wins today, then goes to championship game, win the championship, and then you get to go, you keep playing.
Keep that party going.
Keep playing.
Yeah.
So, text line, you can tell me if I'm wrong and am I asking too much, but I think, listen, I know you went into the season thinking that you were going to have Jordy Ball. You don't. You battled. You're still in place. Think about it. If you said you're going to lose Jordy Ball for almost all of the season, then you're still going to have an opportunity to play in the conference championship game. I think we'd applaud that, right? We'd be good with that.
I would think so. Let's try this again. Jay Foreman, you with us?
Austin and DP, man. DP, I'm gonna tell you what, man. This Charlotte weather down here is crazy, man. We had a full-fledged power outage down here. They had like a little mini tornado and knocked out the power line. And down here they don't do nothing fast. They don't get your bags fast. They don't serve you food fast. But one thing they do down here is drive fast. They got a bunch of, my grandpa used to call them a bunch of backwoods cowboys, and now they got a little money in their pocket. And but we had good weather for the majority of the day, and then now we just got another rain and thunderstorm just came in and messing up the internet. But
everybody's a former NASCAR driver or a future NASCAR driver in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh yeah, and they take it serious. The funny thing about it, I don't know if you ever experienced it down here, DP. It's like people treat you different based on like what brand of car you had. I remember just when I first moved down here, I had a Chevy Tahoe like I always had, and I told somebody I had a Chevy. He's like, "Why would you drive a Chevy?" I was like, "Well, that's the cheapest one I could get." He was a Ford guy, and all this other stuff. People take it way too serious. Now I know it's they have a ton of NASCAR drivers that live in the area, and obviously up there by the lake, and they practice up there and stuff like that. But it definitely trickles down into 77 and 485 because they definitely get on the open roads and 85, the back way where you can go for about 10 miles to the airport. Yep. They definitely try to drop the hammer up down there. And but the one thing I heard you guys talking about the softball team, getting Jordy Ball to come back home was great. And a great addition. Obviously, probably one of the most dominant pitchers. Obviously, I think in Nebraska high school history, probably the most dominant player. Widely known and respected. Then to come back after being a national championship pitcher, but it lets you know how good the softball program is to lose Jordy Ball and I think Squire as well, right? And and for them to continue along the path of being a not only a good team but a great team and possibly getting into the Big Ten championship, that lets you know that the addition of Jordy Ball, it would have obviously been the cherry on top, and we're lucky enough to have her, I think, for 2 more seasons. But it also knows that the softball program is in great hands, and obviously it's led by the players and the coaches and the support for the program. I remember going to a couple softball games last year where it's exciting because it's fast paced, a lot of energy. You'll see some balls fly out, and you see some singles go into triples, and it's definitely worth going because they have a tremendous support, and obviously they're playing really, really well right now.
Well, Billy Andrews led off the game with a home run, and she just drove in the 3rd run of the game on an infield single up the middle to make it 3-0 Huskers. They've got 2 runners at the corners, 2 outs, 2nd inning. So Billy Andrews, look, her 3rd homer of the tournament, and right. I think she's got 61 for her career.
She's the party starter, though.
Yeah.
Quiet as kept. She's the one that gets it started, and she's the one that that stirs the pot. I mean, she's been pretty consistent, workmanlike, and she's gotten better every year she's been at Nebraska as well.
Yeah, I mean, and to have the family jewel, right, where they're both contributing at a high level, the program is in good hands.
Right.
To know that you've got some good returners, some quality returners, and of course, Jordy Ball will come back and handle her business. But listen, at you're leading 3-0 in the second inning with 2 runners on, an opportunity to qualify and advance to the Big Ten tournament championship. For Rhonda Ravel and that staff, well done. Like, this is Jay, it's not easy. It wouldn't have been easy with Jordy Ball. The fact that you're in this position, that at the beginning of the season you say, listen, even without Jordy Ball,
We're going to be in there.
yeah, we're gonna be in a position to do it. They're all for it. So it's gonna be interesting times there. Yep, that's into the end of 2. They're up 3-0.
But also it lets you know that Jordy Ball is still engaged with the team. You know, you just sometimes players get hurt, and then you just kind of are just in a whole different part of the program. You know, she's made it a point to provide leadership and championship type of mentality throughout the whole year, and so it's the little things that she brings besides the prowess of her on the mound that I think has paid off, and it's led to Nebraska to be one step away for the Big Ten championship. But real quick, DP, before we go to a break, is we talked about it yesterday about athletes, potentially becoming employees.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest thing is, like, that's great, right? And you can unionize, and that sounds all good, right? And a lot of times you get people in there telling you all the benefits about when you unionize, the benefits and healthcare. You'll have a union, you have some financial backing if you have to go to some sort of litigation. But with these players, especially football players, that has been pretty prevalent and really to a high number lately, is you will be held accountable, not only for your actions off the field. Now, if there's still academic, if there still is, they can tie in academics to it. But more importantly, it could be tied to performance. It could you probably won't be able to opt out bowl games for free, especially if it's a New Year's Day bowl game or a college football playoff based on your draft status. So there's a whole plethora of things that are going to go into it. And the athletes aren't just going to be able to sit back and feast on it. That's why I'm a little worried about it coming to the forefront so quickly. Because if we didn't learn anything from this whole thing at NIL, and you had a lot of guys saying that college football needs to stay the same, and the athletes should just be happy with their education and the scholarship check. In reality, it should have always been some sort of name, image, and likeness, all the way back to Ed O'Bannon and so forth and so on. There was no regulation with that. It was kind of thrown together. If you do it quickly without trying to cover all bases and cover the big things that could affect both sides, right? You don't want the universities to feel like they're getting taken advantage of. You definitely don't want the players to feel like they're taking a step back and get taken advantage of. If you don't cover the main bases and the little things that could give somebody a distinct advantage, you could end up in the same situation as college football is with the unregulated free for all of NIL in some cases. And like you said, DP, there's a lot of people out there that we saw with the Florida Gators collective, where they had a $13 million agreement with a athlete, and he had to appeal to get out of his national letter of intent. Went to Arizona State, played some. Now he's at Georgia as a backup quarterback. But just think about his college experience, right? Excited to go to Florida, a highly touted, highly thought of quarterback, signs a big NIL deal, arrives there all the way across the country, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, the guy that you made deals with, he's no longer with us, and neither is your contract. Good luck, good riddance. And that was after DP. Remember, we talked about it. All the money's dried up by then, and the opportunity. And so there needs to be regulation on both sides, but more importantly, being an employee, the players need to understand what they're getting into, and both short term, and let's go midterm, and then also long term. Because once you become an employee or kind of a semi-professional, the clock is ticking on how much longer you'll be able to be, a professional or semi-professional player.
Yeah, a lot of the conversation, in my mind, needs to be redirected to, there's nothing in this thing that's happening that hasn't happened before behind the curtain, behind the scenes, behind the deal. Parents are making the same decisions that they need to make. Some of them will make good decisions for good reasons. Some will make bad decisions for good reasons. Some will make bad decisions just for bad decision. When money is involved, it's tough to tell somebody who has no money,
right,
not to take a lot of money, right? Like,
right.
Like we have to like be clear that the millionaires at the top of college football offering a lot of money to poor people is advantage rich people.
Right.
It's always been, always has been, always will be. There need to be good people in place. And then, as you said, full transparency and leadership, positive leadership to tell people, here's what we're not going to do. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Black families, more black families were built on the foundation. Here's what we're not going to do.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah.
Like, there's nothing that gets a line of black children in line more quickly than a grown-up saying, here's what we're not going to do. The NCAA and football needs that thing to happen so that the good people can do good things with their good money. Like, there are programs that we would trust our kids with to do a good thing, and guess what? You're going to take care of them financially too. And I don't necessarily, I'm not in the league of people who are going to pay players millions of dollars to play college football, but I get it that there are some that have that value system. What I want for the masses, for the 97% that are never going to reach those six-figure numbers,
right,
is a number that's enough. It doesn't look. They're pushing 24% of all revenue, based on the 48% that the pros get. That would be fine if you had done that already.
Yeah.
Like we wouldn't even be having this conversation if they had taken the billions of dollars that they were stacking and given 15% to the athletes. Pro sports gets 48. They're going to say 24 until they get together and say 24. The difference between 24 and 48 is 36. Let's go with that.
And if things go well, you can always escalate it, and then you could always the floor could be 36, and you got to do it in a way that it's helping the athletes. And I'm a big believer if you're doing NIL and before it goes in house, and maybe you want to do it while it's in house, is to make sure that these athletes are taken care of both, in the present, medium, right after they get done playing. Say like you are a player, play 4 years, you don't get drafted, or you just get a cup of tea, so forth and so on. It just doesn't match up. And then also long term, and do something right. This is a good chance for the NCAA and along with the universities and the powers that be to actually pop their head up and say, we're actually going to try to do this right. We might not like where we're at, but we have a tremendous opportunity to do it right, because you want to make sure you have the channels in place just in case the donations and the money that is flowing in by droves doesn't continue to flow, and it's only TV money. Now you got to make sure you have a little caveat in there. If it's not straight NIL, does some of the TV contracts per conference. Now, if it goes into a super conference or regions, we talked about that 10 million times. Yep. Will that trickle down to the players? And so it has to be that's why I was saying, I don't know if 2 years is enough. I don't know who's on the committee. I don't know how many times they've met. I remember a college football playoff committee used to make an announcement that let you know that they're going to meet, and you ask for an update. They just let you know that they met. They came out with 12 teams. 2 weeks later, they've already talked about 16 teams. It always seems like it's pretty rushed. But at the end of the day, if they're going to move forward in this type of form or fashion, I'd like to see them move. If you do it quickly, do it at a slower pace, try to cover some bases, and then go from there. But I definitely wanted your opinion on it, because we talk a lot offline about it, and obviously been involved in different sports teams in different areas and different roles, so you can see the train wreck or the clear path coming down the road. So
yes, sir.
We're gonna take a quick break, come back, put a bow on it. When we come back, I'm gonna ask you, DP, how comfortable are you? And I want you to think about it, with Caleb Williams being named the starter after one rookie mini camp practice. Jay Foreman, Austin Orman, DP. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through May 14th is the revealing of the Mystery Box promotion, a $225 value for only $99. That includes 3 8-ounce fillets, 2 4-ounce fillets, 4 New York strips, and 4 8-ounce sirloins. Also, 15% off wine and chocolates for Mother's Day. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
The Omaha Supernovas wrap up their regular season this Sunday, May 12th, versus the Grand Rapids Rise at Van Andel Arena in Grand Rapids. The Mullen Motors pregame show with Derek Pearson and Renee Saunders starts at 2 p.m. with first serve at 3. Make sure to tune in to the next Ag Appraisal and Realty postgame show right after the match ends. Catch all the action on your flagship station, 93.7 The Ticket, and statewide on the Supernovas Radio Network.
Hey Husker fans, whether you're looking for some baseball gear, graduation gifts, or some new Husker apparel, Alumni Hall delivers your ultimate Husker shopping destination. Shop top brands like Adidas, Peter Millar, Columbia Golf, and more. Join the Alumni Hall Hall Pass rewards, and for every $150 you spend, you'll earn $10 in reward bucks. Nebraska students and faculty and all military receive 10% off with every in-store purchase with ID. Come see us at Alumni Hall, P Street, South Point Pavilions, or alumnihall.com. Alumni Hall, it's where Huskers shop.
Hi, I'm Senator Bo Ballard. I was born and raised in Lancaster County, learning the value of hard work and grit at a young age. I built my own company, creating jobs right here in our community. I know that families and businesses in our community need lower taxes, lower cost of healthcare, and a great education. That's why, as your senator, I helped pass the largest tax cut and made the most significant investment in education in Nebraska history and worked to reduce the cost of healthcare. I'm Senator Bo Ballard, and I humbly ask for your vote on May 14th. Paid for by Ballard for Nebraska.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Do you need motivation to get to the gym on the weekend or even in general? Tune into the Movement Hour each Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. Movement Academy owner Robert Kuhlman will host the show as he introduces new ways to stay in shape. The Movement Hour, every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ready to add a dash of Southern flavor to your week? At Wings and Rings, their brand new Southern fried wings have arrived for a limited time. Indulge in the irresistible goodness of large, traditional bone-in wings coated in a crispy beer batter and fried to perfection. Try them with hot honey or any other sauces. And for those busy summer days coming up, look no further than their Southern Fried Wings Family Bundle. Wings and Rings, 2 Lincoln locations on O Street or Village Lane.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Norman. Quick segment here before we turn it over to DP and Mr. Pete Ferguson. DP, I don't know if you saw very quickly, the Chicago Bears have named Caleb Williams their starting quarterback after one practice. Obviously, they scouted him. They said, forget the process. We're starting the process of our new franchise quarterback on day one. What's your thoughts on that?
Jay Foreman, I was just having this conversation with Austin Orman, and it broke down to this. You're a married man, but if you decided that you were in the free agent business when it comes to your partner in life, and then you walked into a bar and found Margot Robbie sitting at the bar, and she said, Jay Foreman, I'm here for you. And Jay Foreman looked around the bar and said, well, there's not another Margot Robbie in here. Let's give it a go. And you go to the crib, and Margot Robbie fries up the best dinner you've had in 30 years, Jay Foreman. Then, hey, man, she drew your bath, scrubbed your back. Day number 2, you wake up the next morning, you walk over, and let's just say anybody else showed up and said, Jay, I'm here to apply for the job. I have a sneaky suspicion, Jay Foreman, that Margot Robbie would have the job.
Yeah. I mean, if you describe it like that, I'm sure. But here's the difference. Margot Robbie is a known actress. It won some probably awards. Caleb Williams hadn't done nothing yet, and the Chicago Bears chose Caleb Williams. So really, that analogy would work because there's not a day that ends in Y that Margot Robbie is going to choose Jay Foreman to be her knight in shining armor. I think with Caleb Williams, I think that with Caleb Williams, I think it's one of those things that if I'm on the team, it's just a matter of time. I just probably would have thought the time would come after some sort of substance, but. When you got rid of Justin Fields, you had no choice. So really, there's no point of wasting time. And if you're trying to really get him into being a starter, getting some continuity, you got to think they bring in Keenan Allen, who's a Hall of Fame receiver. They already have Moore, and they had a pretty good draft, and obviously an improved offensive line through free agency, and obviously development and health coming back. They probably want to have that rookie quarterback getting in there, getting used to it. And also trying to get a command of this offense. And obviously the Chicago Bears and the way they've called plays and nurtured quarterbacks has not been probably the beacon of how to draft quarterbacks, develop quarterbacks, or have any patience. I'm assuming with Eberflus and the GM with their backs against the wall and probably bought themselves at least a season, maybe a season and a half. They're going to try to turn over a new leaf, and then turning over a new leaf is starting Caleb Williams from day one.
Hey, Jay, if all the women you date, all of them, historically, all of them turn out to be crazy. Hey, Jay, what's the common denominator?
Yeah, that'd be true. Yeah, and
quarterback, baby,
and that's why. That's why Caleb Williams originally didn't want to go there.
Right.
So I don't know really how confident he should be being named the starter. You know what I'm saying? So it's got to be buyers beware. Or
hey Jay, I have a sneaky suspicion that the mantra, the first marriage is for benefits, the second marriage is who you're supposed to marry. I have a sneaky suspicion that Caleb Williams. This is just marriage number 1.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you look at where did Mitch Trubisky go, number 2? He went number 2, and then Justin Fields went number 12.
Yeah,
I think Mitch Trubisky was 2 years in, and they got rid of him, right? And Justin Fields was barely. They really would have got rid of him this year if they could have. So he lasted 3, and in the first one really didn't count because he was hurt. So the Bears have a problem. So really, or have a pattern. So really you got to see when or who has their eyes on Caleb Williams and is either going to get him for the cheap or get him after Chicago will actually try to trade him. And also, let's not forget, they had Khalil Mack at one point and traded him. But borderline Hall of Famer, had a really good year last year. Traded him for pennies on the dollar when he was at the height or the apex of his career. So the Chicago Bears have shown a pattern of when you get good players, even when they draft them, Eddie Jackson as well, and some other guys. They say, you know what, you're too good to be here. We'll get you out of here.
All right, we will finish this conversation next week because listen, sometimes, hey, that real nice house on the corner, that ain't for you.
Right. Hey, when you go to the Bears, you know that thing got a leaky roof and a lot of lemons and got bed bugs and stuff. So.
Check the walls in the basement, Jay.
Yeah.
Check the walls in the basement.
Yeah, man. All right, man. Hey, I'll let you guys go, man, and have a good show with Pete Ferguson. I'll be back next week, man. We'll holler at you.
All right.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's the Elway Power Sports Customer Expo, May 10th and 11th. There'll be giveaways and free food, half-price tires, and factory rebates as large as $2,500. Used inventory price to sell, parts and accessory specials too. Register for the John Elway football giveaway and get a chance in the money machine with a new vehicle purchase. Factory and aftermarket reps will be on site for the event. The Customer Expo at Elway Power Sports, May 10th and 11th, just south of I-80 on 27th Street. The Omaha Supernovas wrap up their regular season this Sunday, May 12th, versus the Grand Rapids Rise at Van Andel Arena in Grand Rapids. The Mullen Motors pregame show with Derek Pearson and Renee Saunders starts at 2 p.m. with first serve at 3. Make sure to tune in to the Next Ag Appraisal and Realty postgame show right after the match ends. Catch all the action on your flagship station, 93.7 The Ticket, and statewide on the Supernovas Radio Network.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, it's Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it's truck month at Koppel, and we want to sell them all. Choose between 0.9% APR or as much as $8,000 off list price. Yes, you heard right. That's 0.9% APR or as much as $8,000 off list on select new GMC and Chevrolet inventory. So please make that money-saving drive to Koppel in Louisville or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit must trade and finance.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish all the moms out there a happy Mother's Day. They hope that everyone is able to show how much they care for and respect the moms in their life for this weekend especially, but in everyday life too. This important message comes to you from Bart and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Sick of being upsold at gyms?
My guy, you're currently a base member. For $90 more, I can upgrade you to our Shred membership. For $130 more, you'll be a Swole member. And for just $300 more, you'll reach Sweat Platinum.
At Planet Fitness, you'll get energy without the upsell. Never pushy, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. It's fitness that fits your budget. Join Planet Fitness for just $1 down and $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, May 10th. See Home Club for details.
Far too many kids in our community face extreme challenges due to homelessness, abuse, and neglect. Despite the troubles these kids face, we believe in them. Believe in giving them the safety and stability they deserve. Your gift on Give to Lincoln Day will help us provide services to meet kids where they're at, while also showing them how far they can go. Please make your gift to Cedars on Give to Lincoln Day.
You're spending $300 a month. Binge drinking is the most common form of excessive drinking, which costs the United States more than $191 billion each year. By drinking less, you will save $300 a month. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Happy Friday to everybody. You made it. You made it. Whatever you went through, whatever was on your mind, whatever luggage you were carrying that wasn't positive, didn't get you, didn't beat you. You won. You made it to the weekend. Congratulations. Job well done. DP, Austin Norman. Jay Foreman's on the road, so we're going to let Jay Foreman beat Jay Foreman. We got to step up. It's next man up here at 93.7 The Ticket. We'll get into that in a moment. Before we do, Pete will join us. But Austin Norman, let them know about the Mercado.
Gladly, our friends of the Mercado, every type of meat, every type of cut, brought to you by the Certified Piedmontese. If you missed it, Fired Up Friday, another good one today. Follow them on Instagram so you know ahead of time. 11 to 2 at 2 Lincoln locations, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, then up in Omaha, 168th and Maple. Big thanks to our friends of the Mercado.
It is, again, on a Friday that we like to send it out on good note. And again, with the Supernovas, we're going to give away some Supernova tickets in the hour. So hang tight, BJ. We got you on YouTube. We're going to get you to hook up. Let Austin know how to deliver your tickets. But yeah, tickets for Wednesday semifinals, both matches. You're covered. Good there. Saturday finals. We have tickets for those as well. We're going to give those out over the course of the next few days, but we'll give out some here in the next hour before 6 o'clock. Before we do it again, we head to Grand Rapids tomorrow morning before the sun rises. Rico and I headed to the airport at 4:30. Get that early flight to Grand Rapids because there ain't no easy one and there's no direct one. Hey, have fun. But I get to do it. As Austin and I were saying, gratitude allows me to say that thing that I'm going to do, I get to do, and it'll be a great memory. One of my favorite people in Lincoln, and it's a great representation. Lincoln does not have a better ambassador than our guest now. Pete Ferguson joins us from LPS and the Martin Luther King Jr. rally. Kind sir, thank you for making time on it Friday.
No, I appreciate it. And oftentimes, like I said, when you get to sit in the seat of a Hall of Famer, and I'm not talking about Raph.
Right?
Because he didn't collect his award
he was
yet.
claiming it.
Yeah, he claimed
he was texting in right now.
Oh, yeah,
He
was saying he thought the message was about him, but most definitely humbled, honored, always truly appreciative of you and then Austin, and just the station of providing a platform for a voice. So thank you.
Through all of this, right, that there are several ways to define what Pete Ferguson does in this space, in this community. And Austin and I literally are talking, Austin will confirm that we were talking before you got here. That there's certain people in the space that enable the space, celebrate the space, change the level and location of it, dictate that the vacuum is moving in a positive direction, that you are loving on, directing, guiding, and being a mentor to Lincoln scholars. And this is the future of this community, in full, in the hands of a good human being doing good things actively on a consistent and regular basis. And it's easy to call it service. My brother, who's one of my first heroes, is a minister in Virginia, and he likes to say that faith is the thing that takes the burden off of activity that turns it into service. And once it's service, it has no weight. It is no burden when it is service, and that you have a full understanding that being grateful for the opportunity to help somebody else get there, to find their way, to light the path. The path has to be cleared, and it takes a shepherd to be out front to clear this thing. You are that for Lincoln in full. And I just wanted to take time to say, every Sunday morning, and folks, I just want to tell you, if you haven't subscribed on Amazon or Spotify or YouTube or Facebook or X to get Pete Ferguson's show Sunday morning, you're missing out on everything good about Lincoln. That you should find those programs on social media, find them on Amazon Prime. Go and find it. Bigger Than the Score is the name of the show. And it's not even a show, it's a meeting place of all the good things that you can put together in one space. So, Pete, every opportunity I get, I want to say thank you, one, for who you are, because no, you don't have to do that, but you're choosing to do it. And I know the friction that you go through in trying to love people out loud. It's a weird thing about humans that good people always receive friction to do the great thing that they're going through. Like, we know that. Like, there's that gospel book, and everybody in the book who made it to that book that is eternal had to go through some stuff to make the book. Nobody in the book is famous because they had it easy. Nobody in the book is in the book because they weren't trying to love the other humans around them. They all had to go through some stuff because they loved. And here you are, kind sir, in the education system, in a vacuum, in the community. You're in corners. You're reaching dark corners and dark spaces and being the light. And I just wasn't going to start anything today without saying to you, brother, I am so proud of you. I'm so honored to be in this space with you. I love the fact that you, on purpose, love the young people of Lincoln at such a high vibrancy that other people can't even hear it, man. Thank you for who you are and what you do.
You know, I don't get emotional much, but, you know, I am truly appreciative of those words. I'm humbled. I'm honored. And one of the things that I've learned, and I don't say later in my life, but just, you know, recently, is people have said, don't push away a blessing. And, you know, a lot of times people get in space and say, you know what, it's other people, and it is. And I have been fortunate to be invested in by so many people that are countless. But I'm going to start first and foremost is give grace, give honor to my parents, Howard Ferguson, who's deceased, and my mom, Alita M. Ferguson. And my dad is the reason I'm a Cowboys fan, but grew up in Nacogdoches, Texas, and served in the military for 25 years. And we were a sir and ma'am household. And even when he passed, people ask, you know, I think I've said their full name, like I can count on hands and toes. And this is one of the times. And my mom, who was born in Compton, California, and educated for 40 years, always, and you talked about service, and they use the term investing. And they invested in me, but also invested in so many others. I think about AD, who you have on the show, who says Mr. Ferguson and Mrs. Ferguson, and we moved here. We were in about 8-9 different states, and moved here middle of middle school, and just the people. My mom had Alzheimer's for 12 years, and I remember when we were looking for places for her, memory care places for her to stay. I remember somebody said, "Is your mom Mrs. Ferguson?" She was my favorite 4th grade teacher. And this is, and I'm just being unapologetic. This is a Black woman who was at Hill Elementary School, was for many scholars the only teacher of color that they had during their career, and in her time of most need, made an impact on them. And Maya Angelou has a quote. I often forget what people have said. I often forget what people have done, but I always remember how people have made you feel.
Yep.
And I really do try to live my life that way. I am not the most graceful all the time on words. Grammarly has been my friend, and I appreciate AI. A couple of years too late. If they would have came in about when I was 21 or 22, I would have had my doctorate. But it's about making individuals feel the way they deserve, not making individuals feel a certain way, making individuals feel the way that they deserve. And when you talked about being that light for them in the corner, they all have that light. I use a lot of sayings, but when we talk about education, not everybody's going to go to Harvard, but everybody deserves a Harvard investment. And
that's glorious, right?
Yeah.
Like, and it's weird that it has to be said.
Yeah.
But we always talk about pouring from a full glass and then refilling. In educational spaces, we talk about being careful what you plug into.
Right.
Because it can drain energy or it can apply energy. And to find those good people and to know that they're in Lincoln Public Schools, because your cadre allows me to walk into a room and I'm just one person and I plug into that room, the energy in that room. And yeah, I'm running positive charge to all the young people in that room, all the scholars in that room. But I leave. What happens to the superhero who plugs into an energy source greater than he? Right? We have to, and then to share it, we have to do it. So it's pretty amazing to me that, one, that you exist in the space, two, that you're embraced in the space. Irving Fry likes to talk about being embraced, right? And being celebrated rather than tolerated. And that these young people then learn that positive action is the thing. And it enables every great thing. Every great thing requires that action that's tied to it with love. So there's with that. And you mentioned being a Cowboys fan, and I've forgiven you. I've forgiven you so many times.
We were waiting, Austin. We were waiting for him.
Well, this is what was funny.
First thing I said when I knew you were coming in, it's when's the Cowboys show?
This is what was funny. Like, I wanted, because I know he was going to bring that toxic.
Here we go.
I knew he was going to bring that toxic Cowboy stuff into the room. So I'm putting on sanitary gloves. I'm putting on gloves because I don't need any of that Cowboys nonsense getting on me. That's not gonna happen. Like, I got family too, and
he's got a
You're
face
traveling on a full flight tomorrow, DP.
Yeah.
So
right.
you better say I'm sorry,
We went through. Like, I gotta protect people. Right, I can't get on the plane with Cowboys cooties first thing in the morning. I can't do that. I won't do that. Here's what happened.
Got all these helmets up here.
Right.
I had one I was going to bring in and go ahead and replace it on Sunday morning.
So I got the gloves on. Then
he's out of town. You're good.
You got to bring the mask too.
You got the bat.
Right, you got to bring the mask on too. Right, I can take the head off because I can hear everything. In here.
Austin, just get him the ear shield too. Get him the eye shield too, just in case. So he needs to be.
Like,
full hazmat suit just to be safe.
Because if he's going to talk Cowboys, I got to make sure that the Cowboys cooties don't get on me. And here's the thing, but here's the reason why. I know he's a Cowboys fan. And what love allows me to do and what respect allows me to do and what my humanity at this highest level allows me to do is it's not what I tell Pete, it's what I show Pete that matters. As a parent, as a partner, as a friend, as a brother, it's not what I tell him, because what I tell him only matters if I show him as well. Love and action. Pete knows this. Love and action have to be present at the same time. In order for it to fully land and truly land, love and action have to be together. I can love Pete, but if I don't show him, I have cheated him and myself. If I'm busy around Pete, but I don't show love, I've wasted all of that time. What I choose to do with staff and with this building, with this radio station, with my life, is to be active in both things. And I know you're a Cowboys fan. And again, I can't have this on my hands, but I'm about to reach into some toxicity that I need to protect myself from. So this brother out here wearing 1972 Cowboys gear. And I'm like, literally, I know that's his grandfather's Cowboys jersey. Right? Like, I think it's a Don Meredith back when they were the Texans, but that's okay. We gonna talk.
Now, hang on. I got to hold you off real quick on that. Now, my dad had a lifetime subscription to the Dallas Cowboy newsletter. When it came in the paper form every week, and you would open it up, and there would be a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader as well. But he had a lifetime subscription. So when he passed away, they kept coming.
You know,
and my
what
mom
we
kept
call that in DC?
And I was like, and they're coming in the digital form now.
You know what we call that? You know what it made you do? Because in DC, we would get those too. You could get them. But we lined the rabbit cage.
Wow.
We lined the bottom of the rabbit cage with them. And it came in handy because the rabbit, sometimes he refused. The rabbit knew, hey, man, look, man, you don't have a Washington Post or something. We can't do that. But
it's that single ply.
That rabbit wasn't trained correctly.
Right,
that rabbit wasn't trained correctly.
But I wanted to give him something that allowed him to at least understand that he can go new. A small thing to let me say, and again, Pete's been doing this Sunday morning show for so many weeks that, you know, he's staff now. Pete is staff. He's part of this. He's a professional. And he does it with so much love and labor that you want him to understand that it is seen, it is appreciated, and respected. That you would do this thing for so many other people. And we were joking on air, and there were people who talked about it and said, listen, what Pete does so much for so many people, it would be really cool to do something for Pete. And I said, you know what? There are never truer words to be said. Again, he wearing some 1971 silk screen
Apex
faded, right? Champion. It says champion. Like it ain't, like you can't even find it anymore.
Austin isn't even old enough to understand Rydell.
Right.
So it says Riddle. It says Riddle, not Rydell.
Right. Like he didn't get the authentic one.
Russell.
He got the one from the dude down the street. Right. Like so. And then the other part of it is I can't have my dude walking through here with no nonsense. So you got to wear something legit. Wow. You have to wear something legit, kind sir. So the first gift that I gave him was a Cowboys baseball jersey, style baseball jersey that he can wear amongst his other stuff. And, you know, he asked for a thing and I went, you know, just in talking, but I said, let me get you something current, something that is stylish. And look, I got my gloves on so that I don't get any of the Cowboys stuff on me.
Did you place the order or did Rebecca?
I had to tell some people, right?
He called somebody in. He called one of the interns. He made him.
I had to tell some people to go get Pete this jersey. But we went and got one of the 75th anniversary joints that Mitchell and Ness makes for the Cowboys. And I know he's a fan of number 88. I know that in Cowboy lore, you know, for Washington, we immediately boo the 8s. we boo the blue 8s immediately. And so so I'm like, okay. And then I had to put the gloves on and do this whole thing, right? But then explaining to him the glory of Washington fans is we love people who love a thing. And the fact that you love the Cowboys as much as you do is so respectful. And so that's why we have a radio station. That people love sports in a way that a lot of people can't understand. And it takes a sports fan to understand how much Pete loves the evil empire. And so in spite of that, and then he says the thing, well, Drew Pearson is my favorite player. Well, I'm D. Pearson. I'm D. Pearson. I'm D. Pearson. Look, I understand. Look, I didn't cheat against Minnesota in the biggest fraud in Super Bowl in playoff history. I didn't cheat on the man. Listen, I wasn't a quarterback faking as a wide receiver. Like, I understand. But look, man, he's a Pearson. He's a Pearson. And through all of my time being around the NFL and dealing with NFL alumni, I said, okay, so here's what we were going to do. And he's like, I'm a D. Pearson fan. I'm a Drew Pearson fan. I'm like, okay, you know what? Through action, I can show that not only do you pay attention to what people say, but then you act on it. And so, kind sir, straight from the man himself. And what it says is this. From the 3-time Pro Bowl selector, 3-time First Bowl All-Pro, 4-time First Team All-NFC, Super Bowl 12 champion, NFL 1970s All-Decade Team, 2005 NFL Alumni Career Achievement Award, Dallas Cowboys Ring of Honor, also from the University of Tulsa. Here's a signed Drew Pearson jersey for UP Ferguson for all that you do in this space, right? I'm appreciative, I'm grateful, and I wanted it to be said out loud that I appreciate what you do in the space because you make the space better. If you make this space better, it's better for me, it's better for us, it's better for us all. And I wanted to say thank you to that. And on top of that, just another thing, because I know that a lot of the grind of what you do is you have to find sources and resources. I know that you have to do that. Becky's mom was an educator. And her name was Valerie Joyner. And I love that woman like my own. She left us a few months ago. And as a part of what she wanted to leave behind was something, one, to give reason to people that as her spirit travels around us and circles around us, that we say her name. For life beyond our own, we do good things. And Valerie K. Joyner was one of those people. Thankful to my wife, Rebecca, and her family. And we wanted to do something that honored the spirit of Valerie K. Joyner, educator, teacher, lover of life, and all things good. On behalf of that, we'd like to present you a check for your foundation and your fund for $1,000 for you to help take care of those young people that you work so hard to take care of. You write checks for people all the time. You deserve to have somebody write a check for you. So in my mother-in-law's name, kind sir, do something great for some more great people, if you would.
You're about to get tainted with some handshakes after I took this. So
We'll go to break. We'll go to break. When we come back, we'll have more Pete Ferguson.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through May 14th is the revealing of the Mystery Box promotion, a $225 value for only $99. That includes 3 8-ounce fillets, 2 4-ounce fillets, 4 New York strips, and 4 8-ounce sirloins. Also, 15% off wine and chocolates for Mother's Day. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
It's the Elway Power Sports Customer Expo, May 10th and 11th. There will be giveaways and free food, half-price tires, and factory rebates as large as $2,500. Used inventory price to sell, parts and accessory specials too. Register for the John Elway football giveaway and get a chance in the money machine with a new vehicle purchase. Factory and aftermarket reps will be on site for the event. The Customer Expo at Elway Power Sports, May 10th and 11th, just south of I-80 on 27th Street. Spring in Nebraska brings green grass and warmer weather, but it also brings severe storms which can cause damage to your home. Meadowlark Exterior specializes in hail, storm, and wind damage restoration, as well as roofing, siding, and gutters for commercial or residential buildings. Meadowlark Exteriors focuses on fine craftsmanship and proves that in their attention to detail. They offer free roof inspections and estimates and insurance claim assistance, serving the Lincoln and Omaha surrounding areas. Call today at 402-875-2956 or go to meadowlarkexteriors.com.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Ready to add a dash of Southern flavor to your week? At Wings and Rings, their brand new Southern fried wings have arrived for a limited time. Indulge in the irresistible goodness of large, traditional bone-in wings coated in a crispy beer batter and fried to perfection. Try them with hot honey or any other sauces. And for those busy summer days coming up, look no further than their Southern Fried Wings Family Bundle. Wings and Rings, 2 Lincoln locations on O Street or Village Lane. Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. And Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies to go along with a light breeze. Afternoon high expected around 76. Tonight, mainly clear skies with an overnight low around 48. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies return to go along with light winds. An afternoon high around 81. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clutcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Old School on a Friday. And again, you made it to Friday. Congratulations. Job well done. Everything that you worried about, you stressed over, everything that got on your last nerve, you realized it wasn't your last nerve. It was just that one nerve that they were getting on, and you made it through, and now you get to celebrate getting through your work week. I'm here with Austin Foreman, of course, and with Pete Ferguson from LPS, educator, mentor, community shareholder, leader, developer, North Star for a lot of young scholars in this space. And Pete, again, to say thank you to you publicly for all that you do, for all the people that you do it for. With that heart of yours, kind sir, this community is very fortunate to have.
Well, thank you isn't enough. I always open up when I speak. I want to thank you in the past for what you've done, because I know there's times that people have not received the affirmation or the love that they should have received. And so thank you just in the past for those times that hasn't been put forward when it's deserved, but just somebody has missed the boat. I also want to just thank you for your presence here today. I mean, without your presence in Lincoln, honestly, I think I listened the other day. I was a Harrison and maybe turned the tide on you and interviewed you. What was it? 7 times you interviewed for the lowest paying job in this space. We talk about individuals not giving up, recognizing their value through adversity. I'm not a big fan of the term, but people will say, showing your grit, The fact of the matter is you could have easily, bounced and gone a different direction, and this is not here. And without you and Rebecca and the successes that you've had, but also the challenges that you've had, like your presence here today, just thank you. Austin, thank you for just being in this space. And I tell people I'm a huge 80s, 90s R&B fan. It's getting hard now because some of them keep going by the wayside, but that's for another show.
Find out more. Yep.
But Boyz II Men had a song on their album saying thank you in advance. And that's what I want to do. I want to thank you in advance, not just for these items, but this is something that, I can show other individuals, but also thank you in advance for continuing to provide a platform, to expanding on it. Who knows? In every month, something new comes forward, but in advance for the Sunday shows and the opportunities. We were just talking during break that, I remember a scholar having him in here, and his dad, it was the old studio on 48th Street. And I look back and I see the dad kind of wiping his eyes and his son's talking and just killing it. Just really just answering the questions. And I asked him, "You okay?" And he said, "Thank you." And he says, "I've always seen this in him, but now the world gets to see what I see." And so I thank you in advance for continuing to offer in the space, not only on Sundays, but during the course of the week, to the scholar athletes, to the other, what people would say is non-traditional programming, because what it does is it's not a superhero. I saw in a video once, people said nobody needs any more superheroes because superheroes have to come and save the day oftentimes. But you provide the opportunity for people to be Sherpas. And what Sherpas do is Sherpas lead and showcase the other opportunities. And so this really what this opportunity has been. And so I just thank you in advance for continuing to allow people to come in this space and be those Sherpas to lead and showcase what opportunities are out there, that their narrative is not just a book cover or a book ending, but the content is what's in what the chapters are. And that's invaluable. And I hate to say it, it's few and far between anymore. And 93.7 The Ticket has really done that, not only for them, but it also has really poured into me and made this a space that I truly enjoy. 8 a.m. Sunday mornings, coming in and getting to showcase Lincoln, not some of Lincoln's, but it is some of Lincoln's, but best and brightest. And those that you haven't heard from, that's the whole point. That is the absolute whole point, because you have to ask yourself, why haven't I heard of them? And then you can't leave by saying, I haven't heard of them. It's your responsibility to know more about them.
How does a parent, a teacher, a mentor, somebody in the community who has in their sight line and they're in their proximity some young person who has something special and wants to give them access to you, how is that done?
Yeah, a number of different ways. I would, what I would say probably the easiest or the best way, if it's Lincoln, Public Schools, it's P and then FERGUS, at lps.org. If it's something off the grid, and obviously, and I don't say off the grid in a bad way, but you can look me up.
Speaking engagement.
Yeah, you can look me up, Peter Ferguson, BHS.com. Again, Peter Ferguson, BHS.com. And then there's a contact form on there, and you can go ahead and use that to contact me, to engage. We can, whether it's speaking, whether it's a workshop, whether it's a conference, and then we'll just determine, in what capacity that may be. If it's a school related, then we'll get you the right person. Or if it's something in the community and you want to engage and connect, we'll try to gear you and shift you to the right entity. And figure it out from there. But I think the biggest thing is we talk about, mental health and other things. Sometimes we just don't reach out.
That is the regret, right? When people talk about regrets, it's that people don't know that they need love, or that they are loved and they just don't know it, right? And that's what happens with young people, especially nowadays, where the young people, these are brilliant young people who are just struggling, and we think they're okay, and we don't ask, are you okay? We don't confirm that you're okay. And it's difficult to do because there's masses. And even in your own space, in your own homes, you think that it's being received, that the young people are being loved. You think that it's being received, that they think that they know that you know that they're not okay.
Right.
And then the assignment is making it okay to not be okay. Like, just tell me, right? What's going on?
Right.
And we don't do it, but through some of the stuff and what we found, especially in your cadres, that creatively given a pass to write down what really is one of the great things that you do in this space, is allowing people to say to you, privately or publicly, I'm either okay and I'm good and I want other people to be okay, or I'm not okay. I need somebody to lean in.
Well, I say the nice thing about the spaces we provide, and you've mentioned the cadre, but whether it's the MLK Youth Rally, whether it's our empowerment youth and our elementary school component that I do, or anything that I'm involved in, people talk about they feel safe with you, and the bottom line is anybody that's dealing with young people or adults should feel safe. That's a given. That should be a non-negotiable. I think the difference is we need to modernize our approach and go from safe to creating a brave space. And so when you come into spaces that I'm speaking about, when you're talking about diversity, equity, inclusion, and again, that's from every level. That's from elementary, from preschool on up to us as grown. I say seasoned professionals is how I refer to it. Is a brave space is different than a safe space. A brave space is a space that you can truly be who you are. And you hear the term authentic self. And that's what our scholars, that's what and I'm just going to put out there as a 51-year-old man wants for not only myself, for my wife, for my daughter, is I want brave spaces. Nebraska is a relatively, and I know people will counteract, but a safe space. People, I can run out at 11 o'clock at night and do miles to prepare for a marathon and probably be, for the most part, if I'm doing what I need to do as a 6'3", I'll be okay. Okay. Would I advise it for? No, but there's not really, people not slump. There's not that in Lincoln, Nebraska. Okay. But is it a brave space that I can walk into certain restaurants? Is it a brave space that I can walk into certain space? Is it a brave space that I can walk into certain board meetings or certain meetings in general and be who I need to be? And also having, that sense of belonging and that inclusion.
One of the things that you do, whether purposefully or not, is to identify blind spots for people.
Yeah.
Right? Just to say that, listen, your child has this talent, this skill. Mm-hmm. They have this need. And parents like to believe that they know their young people. Mm-hmm. But as you said, the parents come with these young scholars and they sit in this space and then they see their young people in such a new way with new eyes. Every time a young person comes in here, a scholar comes in here and has a conversation with you, with other scholars, the parents get new eyes, the scholars get new eyes, and then whoever's listening gets new eyes, because now they're showing you, one, good things exist in this space, positive things, creative things exist in this space, and that even with that, we still need to have our eyes to make sure that they're okay, that they're good, and free to be brave is probably the real thing.
Right.
Because bravery, grit, all of those things, the greatest thing that we can give young people is the freedom to be brave, so that they're willing to be expressive, to tell me that truth.
And the power and the power to live their purpose.
Yeah.
So if you come across scholars that I and others are engaged with, people talk about passion. They'll ask you, what's your passion? What are you passionate about? This is the deal. Like, yeah, I was passionate about running, for a while. And then, my knee started hurting and that passion goes by the wayside. Individuals are passionate about sports or music, but oftentimes when it gets hard, that passion starts to dwindle. And so we ensure that let's discuss your purpose first. So when that passion starts to dwindle, you go to the other P and your purpose. And so whether that be, and oftentimes I try to tell them, don't make that purpose be somebody else, because if that other person, I use my daughter for example, is, people like, oh, she was really prepared and she knew so many things. Well, the fact is there was no guarantee that I was going to be around her entire life. So I didn't want her passion to be, oh, I'm playing for my, or I'm engaging because of my dad or this, that, and the other. She had a set out purpose of what she was going to do, what she planned to accomplish. And that, I'm glad I got to be around for a lot of it, but it was whether I was going to be there or not. And so each of our scholars from every level, and I'll say each of our scholars, but it is each of our community scholars, they're not Pete's kids. Okay. I pay taxes on one and I don't have to pay taxes on her anymore. Okay. But each of our community scholars, has a purpose. And if, as a parent, people ask like, what's the advice? What's something I should do? Is ask them what that is. And you're looking for daily affirmations and you can pull those offline, this, that, and the other. They have it right there. Ask them what it is and recite it every morning. And I'm not just talking about young people. I'm talking about us as well. My purpose is to empower, it's to educate, and it's to engage. It's Peter Ferguson's BHS. They're like the motto, logo, whatever, to empower. One, I always want to make sure that I'm in spaces that I am empowered. I'm moved forward, but I also want to be an individual that does that to individuals as well. AD, again, has been a tremendous friend and is a mentor, but I remember he said, motivation leaves the room once you do, inspiration stays long after you're gone. Mm-hmm. So empowerment to me is very different, but it's mutually beneficial. I want to be somebody I'm a constant lifelong learner. I tell people I've gotten my doctorate from the community.
It's the thing we did today. Usually on my walk, those things land. And I said, today's episode was about victories and lessons.
Yes.
It's one thing to do it for somebody, do it for dad, do it for mom, do it for name on the back, do it for the name in the front. But why does that matter? The lesson is in why that matters, because that thing is the real drive. Why do you want your parents proud of you?
But it goes back to that purpose.
Yeah,
it goes because everybody
space.
says, "What's your why? What's your why?" Well, the bottom is if your why happens to leave, because a lot of times people put the why. The why is an individual. It is a certain thing. It is a structure. And unfortunately, for those that were impacted by the weather 2 weeks ago, if your why was a house and your house is not there anymore,
now what?
What do you do? And so most of those individuals, the why wasn't their place. They're rebuilding because of the purpose is family. It's the purpose of community. And so you've got to,
the word we're looking for, Pete Ferguson, love, man. Love is a look, man. You ask people all the time, what are we pursuing? You're either pursuing love or you're running from fear.
Right.
Every human initiative, every action, thought, motivation, other starts from either running to love or running from fear.
And let me give you. So we had scholars yesterday, 4th grade scholars, and we finished that prompt because we kicked off the Love Is initiative.
That's where we're headed.
And one of the scholars said, "Love is purpose. Purpose is love."
That's how we know we're going to be all right.
4th grade.
That's how we know we're going to be all right, man. Look, they are way more open to loving as a verb and as a noun and as an adjective than we are, and we'll be better for it. So we'll throw the break. When we come back, we're gonna talk about love is. Love is. We will ask you to fill, complete, and explain to us what love is to you when we come back to Old School.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, this is State Senator Carolyn Bosden. Education is a cornerstone to building a strong, vibrant community. I voted for the historic increase in funding for education in the legislature. As a state senator, wife, and mom, I believe Lincoln is a great place to work and raise a family. My husband Reggie and I are local business owners and understand the valuable role of education in our community. This is Carolyn Bosden, and I am asking for your vote on May 14th, paid for by Bosden for Legislature.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first.
At Doane University, your future is uniquely yours, and our world-class liberal arts education is just the beginning.
We invite you to schedule your campus visit and experience why Doane University will start you on your journey to your future career.
Learn more by scheduling your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit. See you soon.
There are over 1,000 kids in Cedars care today. We're here to ensure that each of them receives safety and stability they deserve. But we need your help. A gift to Cedars will make an immediate impact on Lincoln's kids. And on Give to Lincoln Day, your gift goes even further with the available matching funds. I'm Jim Blue, president of the Cedars organization, and I'm asking you to go to givetolincolnday.com to make your gift to Cedars and support Lincoln kids today.
Ironhide Construction is a Nebraska-based general contracting and steel construction firm. Their expert team is experienced in building innovative construction solutions across several industries. While they were previously known for their extensive experience in steel erection and metal buildings, they've continued to evolve over the last several years into a full-service general contracting firm. They take pride in their commitment to quality, cutting-edge technology, and having a passion for what they do. For more information about their services or to discuss an upcoming project, visit www.ironhideconstruction.com or call 402-420-4961.
Spring often marks the beginning of severe weather, which can lead to power outages. LES wants you to be prepared before the storm. Restock your emergency kit, update your info with LES, and if you encounter an outage, report it at les.com/report.
The end of the school year is drawing near, which means graduation parties are coming soon. Are you prepared for that if you're hosting? Fear's Cheese Spread is the dip that brings everyone together to celebrate graduations and to close out a great school year. And it goes well with crackers, meats, soups, and more. How could you throw a party without it? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fear's Cheese Spread. No graduation party is complete without it.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through May 12th, enjoy great Mother's Day specials. 6-ounce USDA Choice Bacon-Wrapped Beef Tenderloin for $9.99. 20 to 24 count king crab legs for $19.99 per pound. USDA Choice Tomahawk Ribeye for $9.99 per pound. And all-natural St. Louis-style ribs for $2.99 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started. Herrick Services takes this time to wish all the moms out there a happy Mother's Day. They hope that everyone is able to show how much they care for and respect the moms in their life for this weekend especially, but in everyday life too. This important message comes to you from Bart and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Final segment on a Friday on a great week. We will give away Supernovas tickets Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday next week. Because spending time with Pete Ferguson, Austin Norman, a room full of people who were raised and loved on by educators.
And the Cowboys.
No. To know that education is love. Teaching is love. Mentoring is love. Coaching is love. We know those things to be true. And in those space, we said we have the responsibility of putting love into the vacuum, because if you don't, nature says, if love's not occupying it, I can put something else in it. Nature abhors a vacuum. Put love in the vacuum so it occupies the vacuum, and that nothing else can exist. That's what you do on a daily basis for young scholars and people around the country. But you just had a text or email that I think you had to share because it hit me like a ton of bricks.
And he doesn't know that I'm going to share it, so I'm going to, you know what, you read it. I'm going to let you summarize. I'm going to let you summarize it. I'm going to let you summarize the impact, because I did a scholar named Xavier who has been on the show. He actually fire kicks, and so he is an entrepreneur and flips shoes, but a young man who was involved with our equity cadre, but have just gotten to know him over the course of the year. And today we had our State of Diversity address, and he is a part of that and gave a portion of that address. And unbeknownst, I was just checking my text messages, and I did share it with you because it mentioned you. And I'll let you summarize it because I haven't really read the whole thing, but was powerful.
We went. You invite me to these events and these rooms full of exceptional young people. They happen to be scholars, but they're exceptional young people, right? And I don't miss that. And so I get into that room, and look, I'm one person tentacling out to 20 to 30 young people, and then I receive that 20 level energy back. It's my responsibility to give love to that group, to give support to that group, and to set love as a GPS. It is the mission. And then once you identify that to intelligent people, they accept it. That, listen, everything that I need to do from this moment in the GPS is declaring my location as love. And then setting love as my mission, so that any time that I move, the GPS will tell me it. You stated that love was your mission. It appears that you are detouring into something else. Recalculate, reboot, revisit, reconsider, redirect. And in that room of young people, brilliant, good young people who received it. And he's just saying, listen, he gave me this love thing out loud that he's now not only responsible for, but he wants responsibility for. I'm powered that the young man remembered the conversation, which means that we did a good thing, Pete.
And that was October.
Yeah, we did a good thing. We got in the room and we made it better than we left it more covered in love than we found it. And then that's really like all of this is just leave the people, situations, circumstances more covered in love than we found. And then we started the project, and we're going to put some cards at the front desk here at the ticket. You can find me, Austin, Pete on social media and ask for cards, and we will have the cards for you. But the cards simply are postcards that allow you. They start with love is.
Right.
And love is just the prompt. One, it is the director, which tells you that love is welcome and in the space. And we want you for a moment to stop and think about love. Above everything else, think about love. And then to tell me what love is to you, whether it is Lincoln, whether it's being a Husker, whether it's being a mom, a dad, a teacher, a coach, a football player, a piano player, love being a member of your family, love being your family dinners. It could be sunsets in Lincoln and the way the sun falls.
It can be something you shouldn't be absent of.
Right? Like it's a thing. And to call it out loud. And it's a big part of Love Prince for me is love out loud. You see something good, say something good. And if you don't see something good, be something good so that other people have something that they can be loud about. In this space, these cards you can put them in an envelope.
Yeah.
Send them in. They will reach Pete. Love is. And whatever love is to you, it's good love. That's what we want to hear. And we'll create a living document that allows us, because a few months from now, we'll have videos, and it'll just be a chain of videos of people saying why they love what they love, why they love who they love, what it takes, what love is moved by, all of that courtesy of Pete Ferguson.
Well, and we've got, like I said, we'll have the cards here. We'll have it up on the website. It's on my website. There's a link. If you want to do it electronically, you can do it anonymously. So that peterfergusonbhs.com. Again, or if you just want to text it in, on Sundays, 8 to 9, we're going to have this Sunday, the Mother's Day edition, we're going to have Dominic Brown, and he's a scholar. And again, he's going to tell you what love is, and he's going to talk about his mom. And he's going to have his mom here in studio, and we've got some surprises for her. But this is a young man that when I asked that question, the first thing he said, love is all about my mom. It's about who she is. And when I said the thing earlier from the young scholar at 4th grade, it said, love is purpose, purpose is love. Couldn't sum it up any better. And so we want a living document, but the other part is we want it shared out for those that may be struggling for a definition. Yeah. And the fact of the matter is we each walk into spaces on a regular basis, and you will ask that prompt and they will say, I don't have an answer because I've never experienced it.
We're going to get you to it.
And that to me is the whole part is nobody's narrative. Nobody's narrative should be without those 4 letters.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of people walking around that, again, somebody may say DP is loved on them, Austin's loving on them, but perception is reality. Mm-hmm. And so if your perception is that you've not experienced any of that, then we have to go ahead and take that void away just as aggressively as we fight cancer, Alzheimer's, an opportunity gap in education, and making sure that everybody is showered with that in some form or fashion. And that's easy. That doesn't take legislation. That doesn't take you going to the polls. That is very, very simple. And it is an essential basic tenet.
Pete, again, bro, a great hour as always.
Thank you.
We'll see you Sunday morning. We'll do it again. We'll do it again. We'll do it again continually. Appreciate you. Peter Ferguson. Love is Peter Ferguson. You can write that one down as well. Y'all have a fantastic weekend. I will talk to you from Grand Rapids, Michigan with the Supernovas on Sunday season finale. Pete Ferguson, Sunday morning, 8:00.
Thank you, sir.
Austin Norman, thank you for what you do and who you are, kind sir. Y'all be good to each other and yourselves.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online.